From the deep dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikitas, Tabitha, and Greebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
The whisper was nice. Hello, and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game.
I'm Tabitha, that was Nikitas, and here comes Greebog.
The real Greebog.
The real Greebog.
Computer, run program. For episode 209, Do's Meta Is It Anyway? And if you would like to support us, obviously, there's many ways. One, being here is support. We love you for being here, lurking or talking. You can also follow, subscribe here, or you can even go to Coffee and ko-fi.com/GREBOG to buy us a cup of coffee. Yeah, all the ways. And there's YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, just like youtube.com/@FleetActionReport.
Greebog's really hoping somebody will buy him some coffee one of these days.
I need some coffee tonight. I'm really dragging.
Or at least an energy drink. I mean, I'll take an energy drink, sure. Though, depending upon brand, some of them are nasty.
Yeah,
Some of them.
That is a true statement, sir.
Anyway, let's see. Nikitas, how's your week been? What have you been up to since the...
Putting notes together because our show notes broke.
Yeah, Tabby saved us tonight.
Ain't that the truth?
Rescue.
And we appreciate that rescue, because what else would we do otherwise? So I don't. My week has been somewhat hectic. Just lots of running around for my kids. My oldest, who I thought was going to get her license last week, did not. We were 11 days too early, so she's going to get it sometime this coming week. So it's been more running around and trying to organize other running around and getting other parents involved to help and carpooling, and it's been a mess. So not a whole lot of gaming. STO has been my primary focus. And that's just leveling some of the tunes that I've been ignoring for a while and doing the dailies, of course. I did start putting together a elemental build on Keldor, who's a KDF tune. Yeah, who's a KDF tune that I based on Skeletor. And I'm putting together a magic build for him, so the elements worked, and I'm using the new kit frame for it. So that's kind of been fun. Outside of that, I've been playing on Warcraft and a little bit of Final Fantasy, but nothing really to write home about. Tabby, you can take the torch. How's your week?
It's been interesting. Well, on the positive notes, I've been playing a lot of STO, been playing a lot of Remix, Panda Remix. I will probably have a new job soon. That's the upside of things. I'm also working on getting back to school, so I'm really excited about that. It's a lot of change, a lot of upheaval.
The ancient curse, may you live in interesting times.
Yeah, I suppose. That makes it your turn, Greebog, I believe.
See, let's see. I brought Tabby in for some remix fun rating, and then my guild decided to love on her because they missed her, because which I was happy to see. I'm like going. I was like, well, will anyone say or remember Tabby? I don't know, because I have no clue where. Yeah. And
like, will anyone even remember me? Apparently, yes.
Pretty much everyone. So yeah. So yeah, that was nice to see everyone was welcoming Tabby to join us. Let's see what else besides remix. Oh, remix! I got my Magcar up to 70, so I have another character ready to go. I've been playing STO doing. I still been kind of mellowing with STO, and I kind of think I have a habit of doing that in the summer, which is why in past summer events I've missed certain ships. Though I have most of them from the unlocks. There's just certain ones that I've missed in the past. Actually, maybe that's the winter event that I missed a lot of. I don't know. Anyway, I know it's either winter or summer. I've missed a fair, a handful of ships, but I don't know what else I've been doing.
Are you gonna get this ship?
Yes. I've been able to get my daily completions for the most part, even when I've not been 100%. But yeah, I have 4 more days left.
Okay.
And today will be one of those days. So
Okay.
we're all gonna have it pretty close soon, I think.
Yes.
Anyway, I don't know what else that I've been doing. It's been a week. It's been weird. Yeah. So I guess that means on to what's going on in STO. Oh, now you're an anonymous alligator.
This weekend is an upgrade weekend. If you've been holding on to your Phoenix, your dilithium, or any of your recruit rewards for upgrading, now is the time to spend them because you will get double tech points from all of your upgrades through the 22nd, which is just in a few days here. So if you need to get any stuff to gold, it's time to do it.
All right, and console, they are getting a bundle sale that started today, and it goes till the 22nd. 35% off ship and expansion bundles. So if you're looking for some ships to pick up or some of those expansion bundles, now's the time to pick them up. 35% is a pretty good deal. Yeah. And then they also have started today a key sale, which is on PC only. The 20-pack keyring is also back. All key bundles, all keys are on sale for 25% off. And the 20-pack does still have the ultimate tech upgrade. So if you're looking to gamble or make money selling keys on the exchange, now is the time to pick up your keys.
And then there was a patch today, which annoyed me. There was a patch today, guys. They went through and they fixed several things here. They resolved an issue with the Credence Starship trait called surplus supply. Apparently, it was not restricting itself to nearby players only. So NPCs were getting the buff or whatever, which apparently they're not supposed to. They resolved an issue with the Kelvin Timeline Constitution 2 Intel Cruiser. It was missing the Hull registry textures. They resolved an issue on the Mirror Crossfield open Shuttlebay. Does the Mirror Crossfield have an open Shuttlebay? I'm confused by that because they had it in parentheses. Do either of you know?
Maybe it's a Taylor option. I don't know.
It said resolved an issue on the Mirror Crossfield open Shuttlebay in parentheses, and then it said they had the Starfleet insignia instead of the Terran Empire insignia, and that's been fixed. So, and then the last one was they resolved an issue with the Kelvin Timeline Vengeance Intel Dreadnought Cruiser. The spotlights looked incorrect from certain angles, and that has now been fixed. So enjoy all the fixes we had today.
Yeah, I've been on the edge of my seat for that Kelvin Timeline spotlight fix. It has seriously impaired my enjoyment of the game.
I was watching another creator stream, or maybe it was one of the videos, and they were talking about these patch updates. If you've noticed, we've been getting more patches, like fixes, and I'm not complaining. If this is the response of having Deca take over, is that we're getting like, sure, these aren't major fixes, but still they're fixing stuff. So this is a good thing.
Yeah, they're fixing stuff at an increased rate.
And some of this stuff has been broken since the ships were put in. So it's not even like they're trying to fix like more recent stuff. They're just going through a long laundry list and fixing this stuff. I'm happy to see this what seems to be a change. Yes, Cryptic was fixing things even before Deca took over, but this is, I don't know. We seem to be getting more fixes now.
Yeah, and like they might still be looking at how to fix other stuff, but they've probably got like, okay, while we're working on this big stuff, let's do a bunch of this small easy stuff.
Yeah, because even knocking out small easy things, love seeing the you know, that, like I said, the laundry list getting cut down.
Sure. That's not what I meant when I said. Okay, so for those eagle-eyed viewers who are paying attention, Greebog said a team chat that said, "Oh no, a patch. They fixed more stuff." Yeah, I don't have an issue with that. The reason it annoyed me is I was trying to get my daily done by 10:30 today, so when I go to work tomorrow morning, I could get it done before I clocked in. But just when I logged in to do it, it was patch time and the servers were down, so I had to wait until 12:30 to get it done. So
Oh no.
it's a very minor annoyance, but it's just one of those things that now I have to wait until after we check our trucks out and we do our house chores and we wash the truck of the day and we have our morning brief and then I'll have a chance to do it. Maybe.
So now I'm like, do I have the mirror Crossfield? Because I was gonna pull it out. I do. I'm gonna claim it. I'm gonna check it. Check this out.
I have it as well. It's on a different character, but I do have it.
I don't think I readied it. I did pick it up. The ISS Hamilton. What a name!
All right, so let's
Not
move
gonna
on
throw
here.
your shot.
While you're doing that, our primary target of the day is to talk about the do Torp meta. And we'll explain why we're doing this as opposed to just a generalized meta here towards the end. Greebog gets to handle that for you guys. Because you know it's Greebog. So to start us off, I'm going to discuss gear. So the meta gear for these type of builds is primarily reputation gear. It's these items here: the deflector, the impulse, the warp drive, and the shields. And if you have a secondary deflector, that goes in here as well. So the deflector is going to be the Elite Fleet Intervention Protomatter Deflector Array. You want this re-engineered to have ColCrit, ShdHeal, HullCap, and ShieldCap. And you get this from the Fleet Colony world. I got to pull up some notes here real quick.
Oh, yep. The open Shuttlebay is one of your. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're
but
good.
but if you go to advanced hull, Crossfield open Shuttlebay is an option.
Okay, nice. So for the secondary deflector, if you're on a science ship and you have a spot for that, what you want is the strategic deteriorating secondary deflector, which comes from the Fleet Research Lab, or the deteriorating secondary deflector that can be crafted. Tabby, in your research, did you see what modifiers those should have, or
I
can they
can.
be, if they can be re-engineered?
They can be re-engineered, and they do have specific modifiers, and it's kind of a mouthful. I can go back and look it up though.
Yeah, if you don't mind, we can read that here in a minute. For the impulse engines, you want the prevailing innervated impulse engines, Mark 15. This item cannot be re-engineered, so the modifiers is sector speed 2 and speed. And you get that from the competitive reputation. For the warp engine, you want the mycelial harmonic matter antimatter core from the discovery rep. And again, this cannot be re-engineered, so it just comes with the modifiers amp S to W, SCap, and SSR, and W to S. So that's a lot of um, just jargon. Like it's shields to weapons, weapons to shields, shield cap. I forget what SSR is. Slipstream drive. There we go. Slipstream recharge. And amp, I believe, I'm looking through the stuff here, is shield power, if memory serves. And then for the shields, you want Tilly's review pending modified shield. Now this can be re-engineered, and you're looking for cap on it, so you want all cap. So it's going to be cap, no cap. It's going to be cap times 4, and then for your epic, it's going to be cap regen. And that will give you an amazing shield to put on your ship. Let me pull the notes back up because I had to flip out of here for a second. I will fix that in a moment. And okay, here's Greebog to talk about Starship weapons.
All right, Starship weapons. Well, there's so much you can say about them, but if you can get any crafted weapons that have the pen trait on them, they are going to put them like a league over the damage of others. Otherwise, you're going to want to go with like damage times 4 on them or crit D times 4. I know a lot of people seem to love to go with damage times 4 instead of crit D, which is your critical damage. Now, that might vary on your setup and how much crit damage you already have. If you feel you need more, weapons are a way to get them. And crafted, like I said, is the way to get the pen trait. That is the only way to get the pen. And the pen gives you shield penetration. So it gives you more for that bang for your buck as you burn through their, you ignore their shields. Torpedoes. Now there's quite a few torpedoes. I mean, we've used some of them in our torpedo builds. We talked about them there. Enhanced biomolecular photon torpedo, which comes from the counter command reputation. Again, damage times 4, and then you have the crit D / damage that you're going to want to go with there, and you can re-engineer it to get to that. The Delphic distortion quantum torpedo is another one. Also damage times 4, crit. Pretty much damage times 4 and crit D / damage is the way to go with the torpedoes. Re-engineering them. The Delphic distortion quantum torpedo is from the Delphic reputation. I'm gonna guess the Delta.
Which one?
You put Delphic reputation, and I don't.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's the Delphic torpedo. I believe you're right.
And I thought the Delphic.
Was it Dyson? Nope, that's the gravimetric.
Where's V'ger? For those that don't know, vger.netliffy.app. If you want to try to find something, they have an amazing page to go through stuff. Delphic torpedo is 200 Lobi.
Yeah, let me fix that.
So,
and with the way they're throwing around Lobi, that's not such a high bar anymore.
Yeah. We've been rethinking like how much value to put on Lobi, like, and since they've been here's some Lobi and there's anyway. Also, another great one is the Dark Matter Quantum Torpedo, mainly because it goes with a set, and this comes from the Discovery rep. Again, damage 4 and crit D damage. Basically, you're going to want to use this with the Lorca Tactical Console and or the Disco rep dual beam bank. Depends on if you're going for the 2 or 3-piece set there. Some people only want the 2-piece. And the torpedo is a great way to get your 2 and or 3-piece. And then we have the Maelstrom torpedoes. If you have them, use them. They are amazing. I would make sure you're not using them on auto fire mode. Maelstrom torps don't work the same way as other torpedoes, and so you need to basically fire them when you want them versus firing them randomly, willy-nilly. Yeah, that's the way to get the best bang out of your buck with the Maelstroms. And now to consoles.
Tabby, you ready?
Console.
Or you still looking for okay.
So I have still not gotten into the ISOMAG game, but if you're going to go with consoles, get ISOMAGs of the appropriate type. Those are crafted, depending on which ones you get. They can also be pretty cheap on the exchange. So, but you also have your vulnerabilities, exploiters, and locators. Those come from the Fleet Spire. You get those for the appropriate damage type. Like if you're phasers, you want to get phasers and not Polaron, for example.
Or torpedo.
You've got what's that?
Or torpedo damage, or
or torpedo damage, or just get the ones that match the type of damage that you're doing. And you'll be good there. Universal consoles that have critical hit on them, you're going to want to go with plus all damage universal consoles, and then look for some consoles that boost the specific type of damage that you're doing. Again, like with phaser, look for plus phaser damage. With torpedoes, look for plus torpedo damage.
So I apologize, Tabby. The order I put these in is actually the order for what is considered the best meta-wise and trickle down, and I didn't reflect that in the notes, so I apologize for that. So it's ISOMAGs are the number 1, the locators and exploiters are 2, and then the priority would be crit hit consoles, and then all damage consoles, and then specific damage consoles. And I apologize, that's my bad. I should have wrote that differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for the confusion.
It's fine.
Fine. Everything's fine here. Are we ready for special notes now, or are we blowing through this?
We are, so we can go blow something up. It's fine.
So there are some special caveats to all this, and I'm sure you didn't. You noticed. Well, yeah, you might have noticed we didn't actually tell you a say weapon damage type, like which energy type, and that's gonna vary a little bit on like so. Some meta builds require specific traits and consoles to really shine. And Plasma is the great example, because if you can get the Gorn Pilot Raider, which is a lockbox ship, then Plasma is the best way to go. If you don't have the Gorn Pilot Raider, then Plasma drops down the list to like 3rd or 4th, or something to that effect. And just getting weapons with the penetration trait is, becomes the top. And so, yeah. Then space magic builds, we didn't cover a lot of that their stuff here because they vary greatly. Because if you're doing a control build or an EPG build, or do science, it's going to alter what you're going to equip. Do science can actually use probably most of the main Starship gear, like the deflector and impulse and all that. But when you get into control builds or EPG builds, you're going to end up straying off that path to using other things that are going to better affect control and so on and so forth. But
and there's so much variety in those type of builds that it's hard to narrow down a meta, because it just varies wildly once you get into the space magic. Yeah, and that's
I kind of like it that way though, because like there's no single best way to do things. It gives you a lot of options, gives you a lot of lot of ways to play.
that is very true, and I do appreciate that about STO. And we haven't actually talked about that for a long, long time. But STO is one of those games where, yes, there is a meta. Yes, there is things that will, if you're one of those players that just wants to chase numbers, there are things that will help you eke out that fraction of a point of DPS that will matter. But for the most part, this is a game that you can play however you want and do relatively fine.
okay,
Even
I have a note on one of the patch notes once we're done.
go ahead.
Uh-oh.
So I'm in the Crossfield right now.
As am
Mere
I.
Crossfield. I have the open hangar bay. While in the ship like customizer, I could see the little spots for where the shuttles are supposed to land, and right in front of that spot there were the Terran logos in front of each shuttle bay spot. However, now once I'm in space, it showed up and then it disappeared. It like refreshed the skin, and it's like it put the floor in over the artwork because I watched it show up and then vanish. You trying to look in my aft hole?
I am. Trying to let our viewers see. I don't even know. I was going to say something, but it's fine. Never mind. Yes, I'm trying to trying to let our viewers have a peep show.
Hello, Nemoy, and what a time to join us.
Yeah, so the markers apparently are not fixed because they are supposed to be there and they're not.
It shows up in the ship Taylor, but then once, like I said, once I beamed, like came out here, it was there and gone.
Tabby, are you having the same? Are you seeing the same thing?
Actually, I'm in the Glen, not the.
I'm gonna do a quick demo record because I'm curious if it will show up in demo record. Okay, that's probably long enough. All right.
And just to round this out before we go blow something up, if like we've done shows that have shown that you don't need a tier 6 ship to be viable. You can run in a tier 5. We've done stuff that we've done some interesting builds that are not meta, that are not gonna have the best numbers and whatnot, but they're fun to fly. So you can play the game how you want and do fine. Even on elite content, you don't have to be pulling a million DPS to run something on elite. 100,000 seems to be what people look for in an elite, and that's really not that difficult to get to. As long as you have all the same damage type on your ship, your consoles support that damage type or all damage, and you are decently able to fly your ship that keeps enemies in range of your weapons, you will do just fine. But we are giving you the information on how to do the meta. As you've seen, most of this is just from the reputation system. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg to make this stuff, or
even a finger,
or even a finger. And then the crafted items, sure, if you're not big into crafting the R&D system, you might have to spend some time upping your R&D skills or find a friend who can do it for you. But even the crafted stuff is not overly difficult to put together. So If you want to do that, you can, but again, none of this is necessary to play and have a good time with the game. Take that as you will. If you want help with a build, we do a segment called Enter the Workshop where we will bring you on the show and we will help you put together a build within your budget that will help you, better handle the enemies in the game. Just let us know what ship you're flying or what ship you want to fly, and what type of build you want. Like, do you want a do-psi build? Do you want to fire at will? Do you want surgical strikes? And again, we'll bring you on the show and help you put that together. Or if you don't want to join us on the show, we can put the build together anyway and just give you all the information. So we've done that a few times for players, and I really enjoy that segment. That's why I'm kind of pushing it here, because we haven't done it for a while. So, take that as you will. And then, yeah, that's it for the meta for today. We will revisit this later. Next week, we are going to do a ship build. All three of us should be in the new ship by then. The Vovin Obelisk carrier, and we're going to do a carrier build on it. So that should be fun. But for right now, let's go blow something up, guys. What do you want to do? I can punch it up to elite. Although, Tabby, you might want to flip ships if we're going to do that.
If we're gonna do elite, let me save.
Or I can do rando on advanced if you want, just to do a TFO.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it that way.
Okay.
Because I want to test fly this ship.
That back down to advanced. And that is the wrong menu. It would help if I would pull up the right menu. There we go. And I hope this is space. Wee woo.
We will.
It is space. Good. Chat, do you have any comments, questions, concerns, or suggestions?
Listen up.
Listen up.
Ooh.
And this is the
Defense of
original, so
Starbase 1.
What if
this
I
is
don't
not
want to
the blue
defend it?
one. Well,
I mean, you could just like run off to the edge of the map.
yeah, that.
I think they fixed that.
Oh, no lurking anymore on this one?
I don't think so.
Here they come.
And it keeps... These birds of prey are not lasting very long.
They're not really supposed to. Or at least I would hope they wouldn't.
I'm blowing them up so fast that I end up shooting behind me for the next target.
Bird
I
of
like
prey.
this ship.
More like bird of slaughter.
I mean, I know the Klingons made a lot of these things, but this is ridiculous. Your World Razor. Should be called the Bird of Prey Farmer.
Bird Razor.
Razor. Oh, I love it.
That was awful. Hilarious, but awful. Yep, see there again, shooting out my ass.
First you were looking at my aft, and now you're shooting out yours.
Well, you know, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
find it funny that these fireballs just keep spawning in. Wow.
Yeah, we'll see if we can still talk smack when the next group comes in.
Ships are arriving dead. I love it.
Oh, and now we get ships to protect. That will yell about how they're being shot as they are warping out. More bird of praise. So, just so we have something to talk about while we're flying around here, what is your guys' favorite non-human ship, non-Federation ship?
Oh, this is a human ship. I forgot. Just an alternate timeline.
I know. There's a lot of Romulan ships that I think could qualify as my favorite.
That's fair.
I am always a big fan of the Double D. I kind of wish it played better in game.
I have been trying really hard to come up with a build for the Dideridex that would work.
You know, we should do a show on that.
Yeah, we could.
Which Dideridex would, you know, there's a couple of them now.
I have the Tier 5 and the Legendary. Those are the two that I currently have access to.
I'll do the Tier 5.
I think I have all of them.
Well, then,
I could be
if
wrong.
Nicodus does a Tier 5, and or if Nicodus does the Legendary, and I do the Tier 5, then you could do one that's not them.
I wonder how similar we could get those builds.
This is Andor. Our shields are taking hits, and we could use an escort.
Yeah, as he warps out, our shields are taking hits. How are they taking hits? First of all, things are dying so fast; they're not even getting shots off.
Shots fired.
The Klingons are regrouping again. Get into position to prepare for the next assault.
And then we were talking about the meta.
We were. Now we're just blowing stuff up for fun.
Here come the Klingon battleships. Keep fighting.
Which we were talking about, like, we were worried that we would take so long to cover all this. Hey, stop shooting at my Kobayashi Maru. I did not give permission for that.
We were. I was afraid that if we... Oh, that was a nice shot of that guy's weapons firing. He's using the blue phasers. That was pretty cool. I was afraid that if we went and like tried to break down different EPG builds, or if we tried to go through what the meta is for all the individual weapons that are out there, that it might take more time than we've got. And frankly, I know our viewers like, you know, more action than just us talking, so I wanted some time to blow stuff up anyway. But I mean, there's a lot there, right? Like the pen weapons are good for phasers and disruptors, but then the spiral wave disruptors are still considered to be among the best weapons in the game. And then, you know, then you get into like for anti-proton, there's a few different varieties that are considered top of the line. It just depends on what weapon, you know, people want to use and what's good at the moment.
And if you can get the Gordon Pilot Raider, then just go plasma. And apparently, you know, yes, directed energy weapons, aka your phaser beams, beams, cannons. Not necessarily just phaser, you know, just beams and cannons. is directed energy weapons.
Now, we did talk about the torpedoes because the torpedo build has been static for a long, long time. Especially the oh, I lost it.
Maelstrom?
No, the enhanced biomolecular. That has been like the number one torpedo in the game pretty much since it came out.
I like this ship.
For now.
Torpedo builds are widely considered to be the best among the best builds in the game outside of science. The space magic builds.
Well, people aren't setting records on space magic.
True.
So, while you say like, you know, how good they are good. It's just they aren't the ones that are setting the records.
No, that's primarily the torpedo builds.
Torpedo, beam overload, sometimes fire at will, cannon scatter volley. Actually, I think
Don't mine
cannons
layers get up there too?
maybe. I know there
Now,
are
see,
some people that have put together some really interesting builds and have come out with some really off the wall numbers. So
the mine layers are ones that are interesting because one, you can actually have too many things floating around and things will start to despawn. But two, you have to draw the enemies into them as opposed to shooting them at your enemies.
I would imagine you would want to have a good gravity well. And so also the people that are setting these records normally run with 3 support types at least. One being a tank, one being a control, and then other people that help dot and get the, you know, yeah. A lot of people Yes.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, when people are doing these DPS runs, the other people in the run are not doing as much damage. They're literally there to help one person get the amazing numbers.
Yeah, I have heard that. You guys want me to queue us up for one more?
Sure.
There's only one ship in the game that I know of that has 5 weapon spots aft. They have 3, 4, and 5 aft. So using that ship to do a mine layer could be really, really interesting.
What ship is that?
Where's my ship DB?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to.
So another great site out there, is STO Ship DB. They have basically taken a lot of people's spreadsheets and stuff, and you can go in and, like, I'm going to go into the page now, and I'm going to look at aft weapons. I'm going to, let's go for 5, and we're going to hit plus to see what ships there are. The Vorgon, Yetajara, Dreadnought Cruiser.
That's the Epic Phoenix ship.
Yes, that one.
Oh,
this one.
The one that we don't get any rewards.
I wonder if they fixed that.
I haven't seen it in the notes yet. Here, I will share this link in chat in case others want to use it as well. It is a handy site.
Every loss is critical for my people.
If you're going there, I'll go. Oh, where are you? They're going there. I'll go for the 2 then.
Oh yeah, I really like flying this ship in this one. The last time I ran this was with a growing ship. But coming in here with kitties, yeah, this is a whole different ball of wax.
Just roll with me. I'm sure it will sort itself out. What are they talking about?
I have no idea. Sifu Ray Shao Ghul.
Did someone else say something and I missed it? Don't see
Interesting
anything.
name. We have.
Oh, server's not
Are those two
responding.
cloaked, or did they not spawn in? Oh, that's Ray Shao Ghul. Okay.
Well, I thought I was going to DC there for a second. Oh no, my bandwidth. I'm.
We haven't had that problem in a long time.
More Tholian ships are on the way here.
I had apparently a hiccup in my internet. And now you guys, okay, now I have your screens back. It'll pop back up momentarily. That was weird. Guess I'll go this way to help someone.
Tholians are using their energy webs to trap your ships.
What?
Target and fire.
Tholians using energy webs? Who would have thunk?
If you are caught inside the web, try to
So yeah, that's the Intel Dreadnought Cruser is the only ship in the entire game that has 5 aft weapon slots. And it is a Phoenix ship, so, you know, anybody who recently got the free, you know, Phoenix token on all of your characters, there you go. You can build the ultimate mine layer. I keep waiting to see if they'll come up with more ships like that, but so far they have
A
not.
lot of people were not happy with that ship.
What? They don't like having 5 spots on the rear?
I mean, it is what it is, but I get why some people don't, because like people are like, well, so what? That's a mine layer. I'm like, probably looks. Maybe if they actually, I wonder if we'll ever get another like 3-5 ship.
Dreadnought is escaping.
Wow, that dude just left me holding the bag on this to get the 5-pointer.
Where are you? Oh.
He
Do you
cleared
need
all the
help?
ships, but instead of trying to free it, he zipped off to another one.
I don't even see you.
June is up with the Talus. Apparently we have Pantera in here for all you heavy metal folks.
Huh. That's interesting. I just finished reading a novel that had a character in it named Pantera Q.
I am closing in on the, I think might be called Necessary Villains.
Villains by Necessity.
Yes.
I love that series.
Oh, it's a series? I'm reading the first book. Then didn't know there was more.
Villains by Necessity is really good. I thought there was more than one, but I could be thinking of a different book.
I mean, there might be.
I just found out that my favorite book series in the whole world just came out with junior editions.
Huh.
They are game books, choose your own adventure game books. And the junior editions have simplified rules and quickened combat. For anyone who might be interested, you can find them on Amazon under Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf also publishes game content for TTRPGs.
Different company. This company is Mongoose. No, sorry, not Mongoose. Magnamund Publishing. They are doing their own thing. Lone Wolf is the name of the title or character, and these are choose your own adventure or game books. I read my first book in the series when I was 12. My mother got it for me. They do have a D20 RPG out that I've tried to get my gaming group into with, moderate success. Hi, Simon. We obliterated that group.
What group?
You came in one way, I came in the other. I don't think they have any idea what hit them.
A Delon warbird is escaping.
That kind of makes me wonder, though. So that, like I said, I just finished reading a book with a character named Pantera Q, and I wonder if the person, the author, got that name from the band.
Hard to say. What group?
They didn't even get their web out. Like, that was hilarious. I'm not close enough to get the beams, though. There we go.
A Haypax warbird is escaping.
As for my alien ship, well, yes, I love the Derdex. The one that I've been, it was one of the first ones I got out of a lockbox. When I used keys to gamble once in a while, and it'd be the Jem'Hadar Dreadnought Cruiser.
The Jem'Hadar ships are pretty snazzy.
Mine is probably the D'Deridex. I have been in love with that ship since the first time it showed up on TNG.
Why will you not target? It won't let me target any of the nodes on the inside.
I got you out.
Use the Force, Screebog.
It was just weird. I'm like, why can I not target any of this? But yeah, it is one of my more favorite ships in the game. I have many favorites though.
I don't have it yet, and I probably won't have it for at least another year, but the Gorn Raider has kind of grown on me a lot.
Now, is that because it has a meta trait, or is it something else?
No, it's the actual look of the ship.
The weird spinny spin that it does while it flies?
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of people that didn't like that aspect of it.
I didn't either, but when watching the episode with it again, where it shows up in Strange New Worlds, it kind of grew on me.
Too far away. My ship's so slow and turns.
at one point in time, early in my career of playing this game when the Romulan ships were first introduced, I tried to do a Dideridex build with cannons, and I mean cannons, not dual cannons, not dual heavy cannons, but
Oh no.
cannons. I put all cannons up front and turrets in the back.
Oh no.
Do an all turret build.
I actually tried one of those too, but that was on a Fek'Liri ship, the Fek'Liri cruiser. Carrier, sorry. I put all turrets on that one. That did not do very well.
Holy.
Yes.
I lit off my light of the Juggernaut array that comes with the ship, and it's the big ball of death. Think of it like ball lightning, but as a phaser beam. I guess a phaser beam ball.
Yeah, I saw it. 30 seconds. I'll try to help Raish over here.
I'm going to go get myself in trouble at this too.
We're done in 15 seconds.
Yep.
I'm trying to pick off people to keep it from...
I don't think I'm going to get it. Nope, I'm not. And we done.
I am quite impressed with your fleet. The Tholians.
So we got the random TFO of for this, but that's it.
All right, guys. So again, next week we're going to be covering that ship right there, the Vovin Obelisk carrier. We're going to be putting together a build for that. It should be a lot of fun. And then next Monday will be fun night where we just sit around and blow stuff up. Anything I missed, guys?
I know I said it again. I already said it before, but I really like this Crossfield.
I think that's the one that came in the bundle, right?
Yeah, it's the legendary.
Oh, you have the legendary. Okay, I don't have the legendary. I have, what was it, the 13th? Yeah, the one that came in the 13th anniversary Terran bundle is the one that I've got. And I do like that ship. My Ice Princess flies it.
All the ships.
All right,
All the ships.
I will see everybody next week, and as always, I will see you out there.
Have fun, be safe, don't set yourselves on fire. Or do. I don't control you.
Stick around, we'll raid somebody.
You shouldn't. As somebody who used to work on a fire department, don't set yourself on fire. That's bad.
So don't live long in toaster bath.
Oh.
Oh no,
toasters.
It's live, laugh, toaster bath. That's also bad.
Either.
Anyway, live long and prosper. We'll catch you next week with a Vovin build, and have a great night.
Good night.